Hey guys, Merry early Christmas to those of you who celebrate, and for all of you guys on break, I'm hoping it's very relaxing and very nice. However, we're going to talk about practicing. It's now's the time where you have a lot of free time, so it means that a lot of us, especially music majors, have time to actually do full sessions and everything like that. Because in case you haven't noticed, music majors are very busy people, and you don't always have time to do a full 3-4 hours every day. There's some days where I can't practice at all, and there's some days where I only get an hour. And those are the days where focus and dedicated practice are really important. And I haven't made a video like this in a while, so I thought we would refresh everyone's memory. The first thing is always go into your practice session with a plan. What are you going to do? What are you trying to work on? What things are you weakest in? What things do you need to look out for? How much time are you going to get that day? And so what do you need to get done that day? What performances do you have coming up? What things do you need to learn? Everything like that. I try to take every 10 minutes every morning just to kind of figure out how much time am I going to have to practice today, when am I going to do it, how many sessions am I going to do it in, what am I going to get done, what am I listening for, what am I focusing on, what are things that happened in my last lesson that I don't want to happen again, what are things in rehearsals that I'm struggling with, and how can I fix that. I've been playing for a very long time, so I'm much more skilled at identifying the issues than some of you guys are, just because you're younger, and that's fine. That comes with age and practice. So you're not going to catch everything, and I still don't either. There's no way. But the more you think about it, the more you're going to catch, and the more you're going to get done. So having a plan and having pointed out to yourself your weaknesses is really a great thing, and I know it's kind of discouraging, but you aren't perfect. That's why you're a student, and that's why you have to practice, so you might as well take that time and practice properly. So yeah. I try to record most of my practice sessions. I don't always, because I only have my phone as a recording, and sometimes my phone is full. But especially when I'm leading up into an audition or something like that, I definitely record a lot more and make sure that I'm really listening back and listening to what I'm doing wrong and trying to fix it. I've made an entire video about this. I will link that. But recording your sessions is really important because it lets you think critically about your own playing. And it's really hard to think critically while you're practicing all the time. You're gonna miss things. And that's fine as long as you have some kind of some kind of idea that you're going to miss things, and two, some way to catch some more issues. And one of the big things that I see, especially young musicians do, is they'll practice all these great things in their technique. They'll practice sound, they'll practice legato, they'll practice vibrato, they'll do all the things that they're supposed to, and then when they practice their repertoire, they just play their repertoire. They aren't actually applying the things that they're doing in their technique work to their repertoire and to their other practice sessions, and so then they might as well not be doing the technique stuff. Practice has to be cumulative. It has to apply to everything. So if you're working on sound in your technique and in your lessons and everything like that, you have to apply your sound practice to your repertoire practice. Because there's no point playing all the right notes and all the right rhythms if you have a bad sound. That's just as wrong as wrong notes and wrong rhythms. So it's really important to make sure that you're actually applying the things that you're working on across the board. And that's hard, because when you're working on repertoire, you have more things to think about. You have notes, you have rhythms, you have whatever your collaborative instruments are doing. You have everything that you have to do interpretively in the piece, but you still have to have that great sound, that great vibrato, the legato that you need, the articulation that you need. So if that's not working, then you isolate that and you continue working on that. there's no shame in giving up on a repertoire practice to fix a technical issue. That's actually a really good thing. What's really great is if you can fix that technical issue while working on the music. So if you're having trouble with a legato passage, take that passage out and work on your legato using those notes. Because chances are you'll learn those notes better, and then when you play the piece in context, you'll go, okay, I know how to do that because I've practiced it like 30,000 times the way it should be. Rather than, okay, I can do Moïse de la Sonorité really, really well, but when you put it in context, I can't do legato in context. That's, again, not helpful. And yes, the technical exercises like Moïse de la Sonorité or TNG or anything like that are really helpful and can be applied to your music, and there is a reason we do them separately, because they give you the basic skills. You still have to be able to apply those basic skills to repertoire. So if you're having issues, use the repertoire. But practice the basics using the simpler exercises, the ones that you know by heart, so you can really focus on the technique, not the notes. And that's the whole reason we do those exercises, is because the notes are simple and you can think about the other things. And that way, when you have to think about the notes, you have some basis in the other things. It's all a process, and I know what I just said probably is a little contradictory, but it makes sense once you think about it for a while. Basically, I think the secret to practice is mental engagement. You always have to be thinking. You always have to be thinking critically. If you think you sound good, you're not practicing properly. So yeah, I hope this was helpful. I will see you guys next week. And as always, if you guys have video ideas, let me know.